Days of Our Lives Spoilers episode that follows are set to deliver powerful scenes that will resonate deeply with longtime viewers, especially those who have followed these complicated lives for decades. Friday, April 25th, confessions in the silence of a hospital room. In an emotionally charged moment, Belle finds herself at EJ's bedside, overcome by the storm of emotions she has kept bottled up for far too long. As he lies unconscious, she finally whispers the words she's resisted for ages: she loves him. It's a quiet confession made in a safe space, a space where EJ cannot respond or reject, a moment she believes will remain private forever. But fate, as always in Salem, has other plans. The very next day, she lets the truth slip again, this time to Susan. And of course, Susan, known more for her lack of filter than her discretion, wastes no time in informing her son. EJ, back among the living and still recovering from his injuries, confronts Belle. The air is thick with tension, truth, and the weight of what's left unsaid. But just as Belle is about to respond, they're interrupted. The confession hangs between them like a fragile thread. She confirms her feelings, but quickly pulls back. Her words are as conflicted as her heart. Yes, she loves him, but she also knows he is who he is. A dangerous, complicated man. A Demera. And yet somehow heartbreak has never looked so handsome. Paulina and Chanel, a legacy of love and fear, while romance and regret swirl around EJ and Belle. Another family celebrates something joyful, though not without a trace of worry. Paulina and Chanel are glowing. The mother and daughter duo are closer than ever, sharing laughter, hope, and tears over Chanel's upcoming journey into motherhood. Paulina, already brimming with pride, is preparing herself to be a grandmother once again. Chanel, carrying life for the first time, is nervous but filled with anticipation. Yet despite the shared happiness, one crucial detail remains unresolved: Johnny still hasn't signed the adoption papers. Why? Because Johnny is drowning in self-doubt. Haunted by his own origins, troubled by the dark Demera legacy, he's questioning whether he's worthy of becoming a father figure at all. And who can blame him? In a family riddled with betrayal, secrets, and scars, he fears he may pass along more than just a name. Shawn faces his past, Jada breaks it off, and Rafe is left staggering elsewhere in Salem. Shawn receives long-awaited news about his father, the very man he tragically shot. The update seems promising, perhaps even miraculous. But Shawn's heart is not so easily mended. No matter how good the news, guilt is a wound not easily healed. And as Shawn processes this, Jada is making her own difficult decisions. She tells Rafe that their time is done. No more trying. No more second chances. She's walking away, leaving behind a tangled web of what-ifs. Rafe, reeling from the sudden end of a relationship that once meant everything, finds himself unable to focus. And this comes at the worst possible time, because buried within the police department is critical evidence. The hidden camera footage of EJ's shooting. Gabby has been accused, but is it really her? The footage could reveal everything. If only Rafe can tear himself away from his heartbreak long enough to watch it. Will he rise to the occasion, or will he let his personal pain cloud his judgment and miss the truth? The week of April 28th to May 2nd. Memories, psychic warnings, and shifting loyalties. Next week, EJ's mind begins to clear. Piece by piece, the night of the shooting comes back to him. As the truth sharpens into focus, so does the complexity of what he now knows. And with Susan fluttering around town, spouting visions and unsettling predictions, tension is rising quickly. In a classic Susan moment, she tells Kat that Gabby is no good. It's hilarious and bizarre. But it may also be dangerously accurate. Susan's strange proclamations may just influence EJ's next move. Even if he remembers exactly who shot him, he may choose to stay silent. After all, silence can be a weapon, too. Meanwhile, Jada's heartbreak leads her straight into a familiar and perhaps dangerous comfort. With Rafe out of the picture and her emotions raw, she may return to Shawn. Their connection has never quite disappeared. And after the emotional fallout with Rafe, who, incidentally, slept with someone else, she might just abandon her rules and let herself fall again. The Brady family's future, hope, guilt, and redemption. There's also exciting news for longtime fans. Beau and Hope are returning to Salem. Their arrival is still a few weeks away, but the countdown has begun. Beau's condition is improving, and Salem will soon welcome back two of its most iconic characters. For Shawn, their return is bittersweet. He's overjoyed to see his parents again, but remains tormented by his role in his father's injury. Can a father forgive a son for pulling the trigger, even if it was a terrible accident? That emotional reckoning is coming, and it won't be easy. Young love in bloom. Prom night drama ahead, and in the midst of all the adult turmoil, a younger generation prepares for a night of glitz, nerves, and hormones. The prom. Tate nervously asks Sophia to be his date. It's a sweet moment, full of youthful excitement. Holly, perhaps inspired by the occasion, might just gather the courage to ask Doug 3. But things take a strange turn when Sophia hesitates to sign the adoption papers after feeling the baby kick. It's a curious moment. She's far along in the pregnancy, but this is the first kick she's felt. Something feels off. Many fans, especially those who've been pregnant, are scratching their heads. The timeline doesn't quite add up. Shouldn't she have felt something sooner? Next week on Days of Our Lives, fans will be pulled into the emotional crossfire of one of the most gut-wrenching storylines in recent memory. Xander Cook, a man whose life has long danced between darkness and redemption, now finds himself staring down the barrel of a betrayal so deep it could strip away everything he has built, everything he believes in. This isn't just about Titan Industries. This isn't just business. This is about family, about trust, about the kind of betrayal that cuts deeper than any physical wound. And at the center of this storm stands Maggie Kyriakis, matriarch, mother, and peacekeeper, desperately trying to stitch together the unraveling seams of a family that may already be beyond repair. A legacy undone by lies for months, Titan Industries has been the stage for boardroom drama, power plays, and corporate chaos. But nothing could prepare Salem for the storm that's about to break. The supposed final wishes of Victor Kyriakis, that legendary, ruthless, and respected patriarch, were forged. A fake letter, crafted with stunning precision, handed Xander's share of the company over to Philip Kyriakis on a silver platter. It was a deception so smooth, so cunning, that even Xander himself didn't see it coming. In fact, it drew him closer to Philip, his once rival, now co-CEO. For a while, there was an illusion of unity, of two Kyriakis heirs finally finding common ground. But all of it, the power, the partnership, the promise of a new chapter, was built on a lie. A lie that his wife, Sarah Horton, knew about, and said nothing. Sarah's silent guilt for Sarah. The truth was a prison. She found herself trapped between the man she loves and the web of deceit woven by her family. She knew about the letter. She knew it wasn't real. And yet, she stayed silent, paralyzed by fear of what Xander might do, fear of what the truth would destroy, and perhaps, fear of losing him altogether. To protect him, she betrayed him. At least that's how Xander will see it. There's no easy justification, no excuse that will make the sting hurt less when he finds out. And he will find out. According to inside sources, the full truth is scheduled to erupt in May, and it will send shockwaves through Salem. Xander won't just be angry. He'll be broken. Because this isn't just about losing power or prestige. This is about trust. And when trust dies, so does love. Maggie's mission. Holding back the implosion in a house where secrets have long simmered beneath the surface, Maggie Kyriakis has often served as the glue that holds the family together. But even she may be powerless against what's coming. In upcoming episodes, viewers will watch Maggie scramble to soften the blow before it detonates. She urges Xander, ever the hot-headed wild card, to temper his fury, to open his heart, and to show mercy to those who deceived him. She speaks of forgiveness, a word that seems foreign, even offensive, in moments like these. Maggie's motivation, however, runs deeper than general peacekeeping. It's not just about maintaining harmony within the Kyriakis clan. It's about shielding her daughter, Sarah, whose involvement in the betrayal could destroy her marriage and her future with Xander. Maggie knows that if she can plant even a seed of empathy in Xander, if he can find it in himself to forgive others, perhaps there's hope that he might one day forgive Sarah too. But how do you ask a man to forgive the unforgivable? Xander, a man on the edge. Xander has always walked a tightrope between redemption and relapse. Just when he seems to be finding his footing as a businessman, as a husband, as a Kyriakis, the universe seems to yank the rug from beneath him. This time, though, it's not fate or enemies or even his own self-sabotage. This time, it's the people he loves the most. When the truth comes out, it won't be an explosion. It'll be an implosion, slow, heavy, personal, the kind that leaves no survivors. He will feel foolish, used, stripped of dignity, and the rage that's been brewing beneath his charming facade will come roaring to the surface. The question isn't if he'll lash out, it's how far he'll go. Will he turn his back on everyone, walk away from Titan, from Salem, from Sarah? Or will he seek revenge, a reckoning for every lie told and every truth hidden? Can love survive the truth? What makes the storyline so powerful is that it doesn't rely on over-the-top antics or sudden twists. It's about something far more raw, the cost of silence, the pain of betrayal, and the delicate line between love and destruction. Sarah loves Xander. That much is clear. But love without honesty is a house built on sand. Can their bond survive this earthquake? Can Xander, a man who's fought so hard to become someone better, forgive the one person he thought would never betray him? And Maggie, wise, weary Maggie, can only watch as the family she's tried so hard to protect begins to splinter under the weight of its own secrets. What's next for Salem? As the storyline reaches its boiling point, fans should prepare for emotional performances, intense confrontations, and possibly the shattering of long-standing relationships. The reveal of Philip's fake letter won't just be a plot twist. It will be a turning point, a before and after moment that redefines the Kiriaki's legacy and reorders the power structure within Titan. Maggie's attempts at diplomacy may provide brief moments of calm, but peace is not guaranteed. And for Xander, nothing will ever be the same again. Final thoughts. In a town where secrets are currency and betrayal is routine, Days of Our Lives continues to explore the very real human cost behind the drama. Xander's impending heartbreak is not just a storyline, it's a mirror into what happens when love, power, and loyalty collide. Will forgiveness be possible? Or is this the final chapter for Xander and Sarah? Stay tuned. The reckoning has just begun.